Alright, y'all, so as the title of this video says, today I'm going to be walking you through my swing trading strategy step by step. I'm going to walk you through how I plan for the trades in advance, how I execute the trades, and how I know it's going to be a really good trade entry. So, if you like this kind of content, make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel because I'm always posting content, trading strategies, trading tutorials, technical analysis updates, market updates where I'm giving you levels in my trading plan and stuff like that. So today I'm going to be walking you through my easy swing trading strategy, and it is easy, okay? It is easy. I believe that anybody can do it, even if you're a beginner. All you need to know is some basic technical analysis and have an indicator like MarketCypher. I use MarketCypher. It is my primary trading indicator. Now, this is the strategy that I use to take a long on Bitcoin from right down here. And this trade is up in massive profits right now, over 800%. This is also the strategy that I use to short Ripple from, basically $1.41, okay? This is a trade setup I gave in advance in my VIP Discord where I do technical analysis live streams every week for different altcoins and we come up with potential swing trade setups. I gave this setup about a week later. That trade setup hit and we shorted it literally from, look, $1.41 was the level I gave. Here's $1.41. We shorted it pretty much from the exact top, okay? This is also the strategy that I used. And by the way, that Ripple trade was just massive profits, okay? This is the strategy that I used to short SOL from basically the top, right? Shorting it from $213. This is about a few hours after I gave the setup where the trade just began. And then if we go to the SOL chart, we can see what happened after we came to that level. We came down, a massive, I think I stayed in the trade for about 20 days, okay? And so trading this way allows you to make massive profits where you don't have to be glued to the charts, right? You don't have to be glued to the charts. A lot of people, if you follow my channel, you know that I'm a scalper. And, I post these potential scalp trade setups. For example, the other day I gave these two trade setups right in here where I had a long and a short. And within a few hours, both of these trades got hit. Okay, I shorted from the point of control down to the 618 and I longed the 618 up back to the point of control. Both of these trades got hit a few hours later. Look, short from here, long from the bounce at the golden pocket. If you have a job and you don't have time to trade like this, there's no way you're going to be able to scalp. So you want to swing trade, okay? So here is how. Oh, and by the way, if you want to join the VIP Discord where I post daily technical analysis updates, potential trade setups, as well as a thriving community of traders who are posting their technical analysis and their potential trade setups, check out patreon.com/Jason Casper. Shout out to K-Pax in here, posting the good TA. Also, guys, if you do want to trade a cryptocurrency, I do have a Bybit affiliate link. You could check that out if you want to support the channel. I have a Femex affiliate link. You could check that out if you want to support the channel. All right, let's get into the trading strategy. Step number one is you have to mark your levels of support and resistance, okay? And I should put in here, you need to have a plan in advance, okay? This is very important. When you come to a chart, what you need to do is you need to make a plan. You need to mark your levels of support and resistance. And just for an example, if we look at the Ripple trade that I posted here, I had a very specific plan. My plan was this. I wanted to take a short from the 618 golden pocket, which was also a weekly level, around $1.41. And also, this was the target of a symmetrical triangle. So my plan in advance was I want this triangle to break out, hit the target, and then short the target. Okay. Now, you need to do this every single time you come to a chart. You need to do your technical analysis and find levels of confluence where there's a high probability that price will react at that level. It doesn't mean we're automatically going to take a trade from that level, but it means you're keeping this level in the back of your mind. And every day when you check the charts, you're going to be looking, is price coming close to this level? And what you're going to do is you're going to set an alert before that level. Before price comes to your level, you are going to set an alert, okay, so that you know, you'll get an alert on your phone that price is coming to your level, okay? Just for an example, let's say I want to short 213. What I would do is I would draw a horizontal line at 206. I'd right click it, add an alert, okay, once per bar, and I would name it SOL close to swing short level, okay? And then I would add that alert, and whether it be at 3 a.m. or 3 p.m., I get an alert on my phone, and that's when we go to step 2, okay? Just because price comes to your level doesn't mean we're going to be taking a trade, okay? But what it does mean is that we need to look for confirmations. This is where it gets a little bit more in depth. Now, if you don't know how to do technical analysis, okay, if you don't know how to mark up a chart so that it looks like this, where you have key levels, okay, these are key levels. These are levels that I'm looking at, right? Look, today, I wasn't even trading today, but one of my levels I had marked in advance, we got a perfect rejection off of that level, okay? This was the short I took up here. Look, we got a perfect rejection off of that level. You have to know how to do technical analysis. If you don't know, check out jasoncaspertrading.com, because this course will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to actually learn how to become a confident trader and a profitable trader by walking you through step by step the methodical, systematic approach that I take to trading these markets to ensure that not only am I taking the highest probability trade setups that I plan out in advance, but I also show you different strategies you can use for different market conditions, exactly how I find my setups, and also risk management, trading psychology, and mindset. These things are very important for allowing you to not blow your account and for allowing you to make money over time doing this, okay? There's currently a 30% discount in the description of the video. Check it out for a limited time. We do have a 30% discount on this course. It's a very good deal for the amount of information that's in here. Also, I have a 25% discount on the Market Cipher Indicator in the description of this video. Also, I think I already said it, but if you want to get into the VIP Discord community, you can do that by going to patreon.com/JasonCasper. So once price comes to your level, this is the order of operations, okay? We're going to start on the 4-hour time frame, and we're going to be looking for divergences in momentum and money flow. Momentum and money flow, we're going to be looking for divergences, okay? So, for example, let's look at the SOL trade that we took, okay? We are going to be looking for divergences in momentum and money flow on the 4-hour time frame. This is what that means. We want to see price, if we're looking to short, we want to see price making a higher high on the 4-hour time frame. We want to see momentum making a lower high on the 4-hour time frame. We also want to see money flow coming down on the 4-hour time frame. Okay? This is very important, very, very important. Because if we see these things on the 4-hour time frame, another thing we can look at is the VWAP on Market Cipher B. Okay, the VWAP making a lower high as price is making a higher high. The money flow making a lower high as price is making a money high. The momentum waves making a lower high as price is making a higher high. If you see this on the 4-hour time frame, okay, this means it's going to be a very juicy short. What we were trying to do by looking at the 4-hour time frame is front run the daily time frame. We're trying to front run the red dot on the daily time frame by looking at the 4-hour time frame and seeing, okay, on the 4-hour, I can see we have a divergence in money flow, in momentum waves, and VWAP. Okay, now it doesn't have to be all three of those things on the 4-hour time frame. It could just be one, and then we're going to go down to lower time frames. Like right here, we can also see that this short that we could have taken here, okay, we also did get a bearish divergence on the 4-hour time frame in momentum waves and VWAP, but we didn't get it in money flow. That's still acceptable, because what we're going to do after we look at the 4-hour time frame is we're going to go down to the 2-hour time frame. And actually, this is an SOL setup that I did give recently, but I didn't take it personally. But I'm going to circle here that area just so that we can show you two examples of what you would possibly be looking for. So we start in the 4-hour and we look for divergences. Then we go down to the 2-hour and we also look for divergences. Okay, now on the 2-hour time frame, we're going to be looking for the same thing. We were going to be looking for divergences in money flow and momentum waves. Now notice something. If you see all three of these things here, okay, divergence in momentum waves and money flow and the VWAP, it's a very good move. If you only see divergences in momentum waves and VWAP, it could still be a very good move, but it's not going to be one of those super crazy drops, okay? So, and then we're going to go down to the 1 hour time frame, and same deal. We're going to be looking for divergences now on the 1 hour time frame. And you can see here on the 1 hour time frame, by the time we get to our SOL short, then we can see all three of those things happening. We can see the momentum waves getting lower, we can see the money flow getting lower, and we can see the VWAP getting lower. So what I'm doing here is I'm starting on the 4 hour time frame, and the way we're going to know how strong of a move it's going to be is if on the 4 hour time frame we see divergences, triple divergences in momentum waves, in money flow, and VWAP, it's going to be a very powerful move. If we just see that the 4 hour is diverging only in one or two of those areas, but by the time we get down to the 1 hour, then we're also seeing divergences in all three of those areas, then we know it's still a good short to enter. We might not be able to hold it for a month, but we could still probably hold it for a few days and get a really nice move, okay? And so step 3 is simply just confirm the divergences on lower time frames. If you see the divergence on the 4 hour time frame, confirm that it's also there on the lower time frames, and then you can enter the trade, okay? And step 4 is just use lower leverage, okay? If you're trading on the higher time frames, you're not going to want to use 50x leverage for this, guys, unless you're finding a ninja entry. Like it says here, be a super ninja. I personally do sometimes take swing trades with 50x leverage, okay? You have to be super experienced in order to do that, because, you can get liquidated quite easily if you don't have a really good entry. So if you're only trading on the 4 to 1 hour time frame, make sure to use lower leverage. I wouldn't use any higher than 10x leverage, okay, if you're trading this way. Okay, so that's basically it. Let's take a look at the XRP short that I took so that we can see, how I entered this trade as well. Now, XRP short, we can see that as we were coming to that high, we were indeed printing a bearish divergence on the 4 hour market cipher B. We can see that the momentum waves are getting lower as the price is getting higher. We can also see that the VWAP is getting lower as the price is getting higher, but the money flow is not. Okay, the money flow is getting thicker on the 4 hour. And so, now that we see prices coming to our level, we have divergences on the 4 hour. That's confirmation number 1. We go down to the 2 hour. What do we see on the 2 hour? Now we see confirmation number 2, and this time we also see the money flow getting lower. Okay, so this is telling us, yes, this is going to be a good trade. We come down to the 1 hour. What do we see on the 1 hour? Again, we see very clearly money flow getting lower, right? Money flow coming down. And another thing, guys, about money flow is we can connect the highs of the waves together. So if you see the blue wave and then we get a purple wave, and then you see another blue wave that's lower than the first blue wave, that is a divergence, okay? Again, a divergence is when price and momentum are diverging. So price is getting higher, momentum is getting lower, money flow is getting lower. We can also see here that the VWAP is getting lower over time, right? We can see the, as we're coming up to our highs there, we can just connect the average VWAP height and see that it's getting lower. So we have our confirmations on all of our time frames. Now we enter the trade, okay? Now, where do you put your stop loss? For stuff like this, if you're using lower leverage, step number 1 is never risk more than what you should be risking, abiding by good risk management. If you don't know risk management, check out the course. We go over it in extreme detail to show you how to use low leverage, high leverage, swing trading, scalping, and different risk management strategies. You need to be using good risk management. But just make sure you're giving yourself enough room so that you're not going to get wicked out, because let's say you were a little sloppy on your entry and you shorted right here and you had a tight stop loss. Well, then you get wicked out and then the price goes in your way. Remember that if you have all your confirmations, it's very probable that price is going to go in your way. And so if you have all these confirmations, again, we come to a level and you have a plan in advance. You have your confirmations on the 4 hour, you have your confirmations on the 2 hour and the 1 hour. it's very probable price is going to go in your way. So I like to use a very loose stop loss because I'm stacking the probabilities in my favor. I'm loading the dice. I don't want to get wicked out, and just don't risk more than 1 to 5% of your total trading capital, and you should be good. Okay, this is not financial advice, by the way. Okay, now that is pretty much it, guys. Let's talk about a long trade real quick. Okay, let's quickly talk about a long trade because I did take a long on Bitcoin, like I said, from, let's see, let's go to the Bitcoin chart here. I took a long on Bitcoin from down here. Okay, this was a daily level of support. We can see here on the 4-hour time frame, what do we see? We see money flow coming up like this. Okay, we can see money flow getting higher as the price is getting lower. We can see the money flow coming higher. We can also see the momentum waves coming up like this. You could say that we have a divergence, a very slight divergence here, where as the price is getting lower, we see the momentum waves coming higher. It's a little bit unclear, which is why we need to go down to our lower levels. If we go down to the 1-hour time frame, we can see very clearly here that now we're talking, right? Now we see momentum clearly getting higher, okay, as the price is clearly getting lower right here. I mean, it couldn't be more clear than this. And we can also see that over time, it's a little bit harder to see here. Okay, this is an entry that you might have to be a little bit more experienced to spot, but we can see that on the 4-hour time frame, we can see our money flow is getting thicker. On the 1-hour time frame, we can see that we've got the divergence with the momentum waves, and also we can see here that money flow is coming up in general. Okay, and this is how you're going to get into that long. Let me see if I can find a better example, because the one that I'm showing you right now is a little bit, as you can see, it would be a little bit unclear. You'd have to be a little bit more experienced to spot these types of divergences. Let's go back in time and see. This is the 4-hour time frame right here. It can now. Here's the thing: you might not always get your confirmations. Like, here's something else. Right here, right, we see that price is coming down, momentum is coming down. It would be a little bit harder to spot this this entry, right? It would be a little bit harder to spot this entry. But here's a good example of a long trade we could have taken right here. Okay, price comes down on the 4-hour, momentum comes up. That is a very intense divergence. We can see that the momentum waves are coming up, the VWAP is coming up. Money flow, it's kind of hard to tell what's going on. If we go down to a lower time frame like the 1 hour, then we can really see our confirmations. Here, let me find that entry right here. Now look at this on the 1 hour. This is just so perfect, right? Price is coming lower, money flow is getting higher, VWAP is getting higher, and the momentum waves are getting higher as the price is getting lower. This is how we would know to enter our swing trade, and then we enter that swing trade, and it's a beastly monster move, right? I mean, literally look at the potential that you could have had here to stay in this trade. I'm sure you take profits along the way up, but right now you could be 50% in profit just by looking at these confirmations. And that's one trade that you would have taken on August 4th. You would have still been in the trade on October 9th. So we're talking 2 months in the swing trade, okay? So that's basically the strategy, guys. And, you know, a lot of times, like the XRP, the SOL trade was super crystal clear. The XRP trade was very clear. The Bitcoin trade's not as clear, guys, but if you're a little bit more experienced and you go back and you just back test this, I guarantee that you're going to see how easy it is to spot these things, because Market Cipher don't lie, guys. The money flow don't lie. And if you mark your levels, important levels of support and resistance, you'll do all right. All right, guys, make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. God bless all of you, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.